Welcome to Course 8, Unit 1, Exercise 1. Let's begin practicing. In this exercise, we will be practicing the present perfect tense. Remember, the present perfect expresses the idea of an action that started in the past and continues in the present, or the idea of an action that has happened several times during a period of time in the past. It also uses an auxiliary, which is the verb have, has, and the main verb goes in its participle form. For example, with affirmative sentences, we would say, I have studied English for 1 year. Have is the auxiliary verb, and studied is the participle form of the main verb, study, studied. I have studied English for 1 year. With interrogative sentences, we would say, have you worked in that place for 1 month? With negative sentences, she hasn't gone to Europe several times. So here, the auxiliary verb has takes on the negative, hasn't. She hasn't gone to Europe several times. Excellent. Now let's start practicing. First, listen. Look at these dishes. Haven't you ever washed them? Of course. I washed them just last month. Now listen and repeat. Look at this bedroom. Haven't you ever swept it? Of course. I swept it just last month. Look at these trash cans. Haven't you ever emptied them? Of course, I emptied them just last month. Look at these clothes. Haven't you ever cleaned them? Of course, I cleaned them just last month. Look at this bed. Haven't you ever made it? Of course, I made it just last month. Look at these clothes. Haven't you ever ironed them? Of course, I ironed them just last month. Look at this plant. Haven't you ever watered it? Of course, I watered it just last month. Now teacher questions, student answers. Look at this bedroom. Haven't you ever swept it? Look at these trash cans. Haven't you ever emptied them? Look at these clothes. Haven't you ever cleaned them? Look at this bed. Haven't you ever made it? Look at these clothes. Haven't you ever ironed them? Look at this plant. Haven't you ever watered it? Now student questions, teacher answers. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Of course, I swept it just last month. Of course, I emptied them just last month. Of course, I cleaned them just last month. Of course, I made it just last month. Of course, I ironed them just last month. Of course, I watered it just last month. Excellent work! You can find this exercise on page 8 of your textbook. Keep practicing. Thank you for learning English with Ingles Plus. Please like this video and subscribe.